Hi there, thank you for joining me. My name is Gary Thomas, and today we're going to be looking at my composition, Banana Sorbet. Now, I actually didn't think of this title until after I finished writing the entire piece, and that happens, and I'll come back to why I actually came up with this title in a moment. Initially, when I sat down to compose this, I knew I wanted a Latin piece. I also knew that I wanted something that had smooth legato lines over the top. So I started thinking about the bossa nova. And that is the rhythm that you find throughout this piece. And I started off in the bass, it's the dotted quarter eighth note rhythm. And then we have the smooth legato line over the top, as I mentioned. So this brings me back to the story of the Banana Sorbet. I started listening to this piece in its entirety and it started reminding me of an ice cream melting on a plate. Now, I love bananas. I love the yellow color of them, and I was thinking about the bright yellow on the plate. It's like the luminescent one where you can turn the light off and there it is, glowing in the dark. And then as it melts, it's kind of going over the plate. There's this smoothness, this texture, sweetness. There's this fluidity that happens. Interesting enough, I have a very good friend who's a wonderful piano teacher, Heather, and she said to me after she heard it, oh, but I like chocolate sorbets more than banana sorbets. And it's funny because if I thought of chocolate sorbet, I think I would have written a different piece. And that's the interesting thing about art. We all come to it with our own point of views, and everyone's point of view is welcome. And I love that about it, whether it's painting, whether it's poetry, whether it's music. I think that's a fabulous thing. So anyway, going back to this, so I'm thinking about this legato line, and I was perceiving it to be on a flugelhorn. I'm a trumpet player, I'm a flugelhorn player. And the flugelhorn has this round, mellow, warmer sound. And as it happens, I have my flugelhorn here. And I'm going to play you this line so you get an idea of how I was perceiving it at that particular time. Now, if we look at bar 9, this is where I bring in some counterpoint. It's like suddenly now two flugelhorns are playing at the same time. Now, I can't play two flugelhorns at the same time, so I'm going to put this one down and I'll play it to you on the piano. But we have the first one hold, and then we have the second one come in. It's like an interruption in a sense. This is like when you're with your friend and you're telling a third friend what you guys did on the weekend. And this second friend keeps on interrupting. So it goes something like this. So we went to the zoo. Oh, tell him about the elephants. Yeah, I will. So we went to the zoo. Tell him about the peanuts. And it's like that. So let me play this to you, and you can think of it in a little different way. There he goes, interrupting in there. Let's fast forward on to bar 24. I want to talk about this because I'm holding this note and then I bring the trill in on the note. And it's at forte piano. So it starts out loud with the trill, bang, and then it goes down, soft, bang, and it builds actually into the climax of this piece, this fortissimo section. So I'm moving up, I'm holding, I get my fifth finger on that B. I'm now switching fingers in order to prepare the trill. And then it builds and it goes into this flamenco section. You go, ah, da, da. So we get a... Oh, having so much fun with this. And so then we start to bring it down because we got to get back into that more fluid, smooth section. So we get this. Now there's a Rit going on here. We're slowing it down. And then holding the G sharp and the B. And it's like tantalizing. It's like leaving the audience up in the air. Like when you get at the end of a sitcom and they leave you on that cliffhanger. And it's like, what's happening? What's happening? And then we go back in. Okay. that's, I think, what I want to tell you about this piece. It's definitely like elastic with the rhythms, the tempo. It's kind of like you pull it this way, you pull it that way. It reminds me of the singer Dean Martin. Dean Martin is an all-time singer, and he had this beautiful, smooth, buttery voice. He would sing a lot of Italian songs, and it was just beautiful, over the top, a very round, warm sound, like a flugel, but in voice. You can find this one, you can find others like it on my website, and that's GaryKThomasmusic.com. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been a pleasure talking about this with you, and I'm really excited to see what you guys do with it. And just dance with it, sway with it, allow it to come into your body so that your body actually informs what you're going to do in your hands, and put that through the music. Okay, thanks so much. Take care. See you next time. Bye-bye.